Welcome back to see. Oh, Dan John. Well, oh, he's back.
No,
okay, it's fine. Everything's fine.
He's just on fire.
Welcome back
He's
to
just
Seekers.
on fire.
You all are about to. You have Janlar all tied up and ready to go, and he's about to dive into a kind of plasmid lake, I think.
Yeah. So I think the plan is to lower Janlar halfway down into the lake while he casts Mage Hand 30 feet further down into the lake.
Do you have to speak to use that spell?
It's
Yes.
concentration, isn't it?
Yeah. So
you
I
start
think
it before you go down.
Yeah. So I would cast it and then
Just take it with you.
Yeah, take it with me. Like
I wait
hold it
for
in my
him
hands,
the moment he stops doing his spell. I just grab him by his collar and the back of his waistband on his pants and just yeet him into the fucking pool.
All right. You get yeeted into the pool.
I think he gets yelled into the pool, doesn't he?
The water is incredibly viscous and thick. It is not unlike jelly, as you all are saying, but not so much so that you immediately just on the surface. It is like going into water, but just thicker and weirder and stranger. You don't get wet. It's like a dry liquid as it kind of absorbs around you. You can kind of swim. It's a struggle. It's different than swimming in your local pool or lake. But you manage to drag yourself down about halfway, about 30 feet into the pool. As you do so, and you kind of look down through this, the plasmid kind of like gets in your eyes and it stings and burns. But you need to be able to see to command your hand. And as you look down, you see at the bottom of this, more clearly than at the top, but still kind of hazy, is a pile of gemstones of various sizes and colors. And around them are bones. Some of them look vaguely humanoid, some of them like animals, many of them you can't place at all, but they're what very clearly to you appear to be the bones of some poor creatures at the bottom of this lake, and a pool and a pile of gemstones around them.
Okay.
Is he in a gelatinous cube? Because that would be amazing.
That'd be bad. Willingly
Just baited
climb
him
into
into,
it.
yeah.
He just watches your rope just smokes and then just dissolves in the acid, and there's no way to retrieve him.
Yeah. With my mage hand, it can hold up to 10 pounds. So I would try to grab some of the gems.
Yeah, the gemstones do not weigh 10 pounds, but it's a hand, right? So you can only grab about one or two at a time. 2 for the smaller ones, 1 for the larger ones. They about fit in the palm of a hand each as you reach them down there. You start grabbing gemstones. So, Janlar, you can't breathe. How long can you hold your breath?
I'm not really sure in 5e.
I think it's a number of minutes equal to your constitution modifier.
It is 4 or 5 minutes plus your constitution modifier. Is that right?
Yeah.
Or is it 2 minutes?
I believe it's a number of minutes equal to your constitution modifier.
Oh, really? I thought it was a base number plus your con.
It might be 1 minute plus your con modifier, but I think it's
Maybe
just a
that's
number
what
of
it is.
minutes. I think it's a
I'll
number
take-
of minutes equal to your con mod, minimum 1.
I think we'll take 1 plus. That sounds good. I like being generous.
Right? That's very
my
generous.
con mod is 2, so
So you can hold your breath for 3 minutes. Are you after 3 minutes, you are going to have to reflexively breathe. How many gems can you pick up in 3 minutes and take
I
them
don't know
up
how
30
many
feet?
gems I could pick up, but
How
my
fast
mage-
does your hand move?
It doesn't say how fast my hand moves. There's nothing about how fast the hand moves.
All right. So let's take a sleight of hand check here. I'm going to give you DC 10. For every amount above 10, that is the number of gems that you can pick up in a minute of holding your breath.
I'm actually proficient in sleight of hand. So
Whoa!
that was my random proficiency I got.
please roll a 20.
It's
Like,
30,
we could-
30 feet for Mage Hand. You can move it 30 feet.
Yeah,
In a
you can
round?
move it. But
Fucking boom.
So you can pick up 10 gems per minute holding your breath.
Alright, I'm not even sure we would get that far. I think Janlar would probably do.
Want to leave a little time for exfiltration?
Yeah, he would have his mage hand pull up like 2 gems, and if it went quickly, he might have it go down for another 2 gems, and then immediately try to.
Okay. All right. So I think we can
I'm
safely
like-
assume that you get 4 gems.
I'm
and
just
then-
standing there like I look at what, how does your name? Is it like Gore? It's not Gormak, it's
Goric.
Goric. I'm looking at you and I'm like, I'm up to like 10 Mississippi, 11 Mississippi, and I get to about 40, and then I just fucking yank him out. Like, even if he's not ready, I just fucking yank him out.
All right. Between you swimming up to break the surface and Millman, not Millman, Sandbar yanking you out of the liquid, you return to the surface, 4 gems in your pocket. As you look at them, each of them are about the size of the palm of your hand. They are red and green and blue and orange, different colors. All of them a single solid color, but they have like a star pattern interwoven into them, like inside the gemstone, almost as if it were a fault in the gemstone, right?
A star sapphire / whatever.
Similar to a star sapphire. Yeah.
Many stones can have that flaw. It's a mineral when they're formed. Anywho, moving on. Continue.
Right. They have these kind of star patterns in the gems as like kind of a fault of the gem.
Yeah.
Good work. Nice haul. Do you want to go back in? I can yeet ya.
No, that is enough for me today.
Done.
The pain on my eyes was a little much.
Okay.
It burned.
Well, we got some gemstones. What was the other thing we need? All right, we need to go find some wheat or grain, some sap. Wait, hold up a minute. I walk over to the tree and hit it with the axe. Does it like leak sap?
You're going to whack a tree to see if it leaks sap.
The one that had the fruits, right?
Mhm.
'Cause
Okay.
That
Yeah,
sappy
so
looking-
you give a good whack to the tree, and after 2 or 3, you get a nice little cleft into the tree, and sure enough, you see a sticky sap-like substance inside the tree. It is
Anybody got a healing potion bottle? Anything?
tinged
I didn't-
slightly blue.
Oh, it's blue.
I have 2 vials. One of them has the black ooze in it. One of them has the water from this lake in it. And I have 3 water skins, so I could theoretically dump one of my water skins out.
I mean, it's the wrong color. We need purple, or what was the other color? It was
Amber.
like a amber color. So this is not the
Well,
tree
the-
we're looking for. Damn it.
The
Come on,
oranges
second.
were dark outside, but they're not by chance amber colored inside.
1 second, and I just grab one of the oranges and take a big bite out of it.
You can just cut them open, you know? You don't have to eat everything.
It has a rough exterior, and it's covered in that sticky, bitter sap. So you get a mouthful of rind, like a big, rough rind. You tear it out with your teeth, and it's covered in bitter, sticky sap. You get a nice, big mouthful of that. Underneath the rind that you've bitten into, you see a orange-colored flesh of the fruit, and a like juice just gushes, oozes out of it. It's almost as juicy as it is like fleshy inside. It dribbles
So
out over your hands.
I'm holding this thing and I'm like chewing on the other stuff and I like kind of like spit it out and I quickly like just start sucking it up. I'm like, this stuff is so good.
The fruit is sweet. The juice is sticky and citrusy, something between like an actual orange and maybe like a grapefruit. It has a little bit of tartness to it, but is overridingly sweet.
No scurvy for me.
You, as you drink this, feel kind of like a warmth kind of flush through your body. Please notate on your character sheet until the end of the day, you have 10 temporary HP.
Oh, pie. Hell
Did you
yeah.
just say HP?
I did.
Did you get British on us for a second?
I got not Neil. Nick says HP like all the time.
I
and
say
it's,
HP.
It's rubbed off on me.
That's because you're Australian, Millman.
Yeah, but I played with Nick more than I played with you, so Nick has rubbed off on me a little in that way. I say
You gotta
H
put the
a
H
lot.
in H.
Yeah. Junlard,
Are you going to tell us how great you feel after eating that special orange?
Oh, I am. I feel amazing. You guys.
Wink, wink. Nudge, nudge.
Winku.
You see me after I eat it, I'm like, Rose, have some, and I just fucking shove it in your face.
Junlard,
Like, you don't even get a chance to open your mouth.
Kind we need for the bowl?
What was that, Gork? I couldn't
Do you
hear
think those gems are the kind we need for the bowl?
whether they're kinds,
You see me covered with sap on my sap and like juice on my face. I'm like, put the smaller gems we've got into the bowl and keep the bigger ones.
What did the gems in the first bowl look like?
Gems.
Wait, did you
seems
take
that
them?
we don't have the best.
No, because I didn't get a
Information on
chance to.
what was-
Because Fireball McKilljoy
In the bowls.
destroyed everything.
I believe it's as much as we could do to grab them for now, and maybe we'll get a better idea of what needs to go into the bowls with further inspection.
Okay. Well, do we want to continue on? I look up at the Rainbow Bridge. I'm like, I could climb up there and pull yous up one at a time.
Is it getting late? Do we see like a night? Is there like anything in the
The
sky?
time of day does not appear to have changed at all since you stepped through or since you were dragged through the portal into this world. It seems to be a constant kind of dim light throughout this entire area.
Perfect.
Is there
hunting weather.
Is there an actual source to this? Like, do we see a moon or a sun or something like, or is it just
You haven't
light?
seen above the treetops.
Right.
The castle or city that you saw kind of rise up out of the treetops, you didn't see beyond that. You just saw the like beginnings of it through here. There's no sun or moon that you've seen. There just seems to be this ambient kind of light throughout the forest that you're in.
Should we head towards that crystal city? It looks
Yeah.
so nice. It must be terrible in there.
I say, wait. I'm like, wait here, and I'm gonna climb up the tree and then start passing the rope down. Do you want me to roll athletics, or can I just take 10?
You're gonna, yeah, you can climb a tree, bro.
Yeah,
You're good.
it's like
you,
my
you,
jam.
you climb a tree with no like threat of combat around you. No.
Aren't his lower feet hooves? Can you climb a tree with hooves?
I
I'm
guess
gonna
he'd have better
imagine
grip than having
that
toes.
His hands are like 18, 20 strength, and he's just gonna like get it done.
Get her done.
He's just gonna do that thing that deer do, where they just jump over an 8-foot tall fence.
Yeah,
He
I was
just,
gonna
like,
say you can't be too mad about hooves climbing because goats climb everything.
So
I guess that's true.
Like
So,
goats climb sheer surfaces with hooves, so I don't think hooves can be like that big of a
A
detriment.
neg. Yeah. All right. I'll pass the rope and help everybody up, and then we'll carry on towards this crystal city, right?
All right.
Unless anybody's opposed, do we want to have a nap on this cool bridge until it disappears when the non-apparent sun
we
goes
basically
away?
just took a nap. So if we're gonna take a long rest, I would
Just do it
say,
later.
yeah, I would say if we were gonna take a long rest, I'd say take the fruit, take the gems, take some silver, maybe take some of the lake goop and go back to the basins and see what we can manage there, and rest over there in case Tom shows up.
Good idea.
But
Yeah.
we could also press on and see what else we can find today.
Before we go to the Crystal City, I think we should rest up further.
We should
I
definitely
wouldn't mind
rest at Crystal City
exploring a
first.
little more around the area.
So we can kill the residences and take everything, right?
But
What?
I'm like, so when we get to the town, he's all rested up so we can
Rose
kill the
pulls
rest.
out her book, like, killing people is not hospitable.
Yeah.
It says so right here.
only if they have the gems we need to get home.
You should also put your earmuffs back on.
Oh, you're right. And I just like ruffle around, put the headphones back on.
Yeah, so I would kind of like to go back to the basins and see if that line is still there on the mural. Or if
Okay.
you have to put all of the ingredients in it, like, at the same time.
Okay. You begin wandering your way back the way you came, through the treetops of this forest. You backtrack with little to no effort. It is remarkably easy to find your way, despite having not been here before. It's almost instinctual that you know your way back to this place. All of you in step make the correct turns through this path of light through the treetops. After a few hours of walking, you make your way back down this ramp into the clearing, where the stone kind of altar to the Silver Lord sits, with the basins each. Still on the marble slab of the side where the basin where you put the silver coin is the single line in the marble. The other basins stand empty.
That is a good sign. It looks like at least the magic from the first coin is still there. Do we want to try putting more silver coins in? I look to Millman.
I go through my coin patch and I'm like, all right, I'm not giving him my big coins, and I take out 5 silver out of my coin pouch and put the little coins in.
All right. You place 5. You drop 5 coins into this large urn. They clatter in, and as they come to a stop, 5 more lines appear in this next to the one in front of it. As the marble or stone mural begins to fill in. With 6 lines, you don't make out too much of it, but it is more full than it was before.
Do I need to put more in? Are we really having to do this?
It looks like we will.
Just
I'll put 1 gold coin in the basin and see if it is a value thing or if it's a just per coin thing.
You put 1 coin in, and a single line etches next to the other 6.
Okay, I'll put 1 copper coin in.
Again, another line joins the mural.
Well, I'll take out 6 pieces of copper and just toss them in.
6 lines begin to form. You begin to see along where these lines are coming together in the mural. They're kind of towards the base of it. You begin to see kind of like a flower taking shape with all the lines that you have created on the mural.
do we want to
Did you
finish
put
it?
them all in the same bowl? Because there are 2 bowls, right? 2 bowls for silver.
No, there's a single bowl for silver.
Oh, I thought that. Did you say there are 2 bowls?
No, they're 2
That
bowls.
are supposed to be-
The silver
Oh,
bowl is
right,
the
okay,
first line,
right.
and then there's fruit, and then there's wheat, and then...
Okay.
All right.
Sorry, go ahead.
What are we doing? Like, do we want to keep putting? Have we put the fruit in the bowl yet?
Not yet.
All right, I'll put 2 oranges in the bowl and see what happens.
All right. The oranges fill up the bowl quite a bit. The two of them leave space for maybe one or two more.
All right, I'll just fill the bowl. So I'll say
Okay.
I have 9.
So you fill the bowl with 4 different sized fruits. And as the basin is filled, the mural in front of you takes shape, the lines crossing through it, and you see the image of the Silver Lord planting seeds in the ground and them growing into these vast trees with large globules of fruit just hanging off of them, heavy and decadent, with the images of people and creatures around them, like an obvious shows of praise and affection. As the mural fills in. As you fill the mural in around the Silver Lord in the center, you see about, I don't know, we'll call it 1/8 of an archway begin to trace around his form.
All right, well, I'm going to scoop out all the coins out of the coin bowl and then just put in like 1 or 2 of the big silver ones to see what happens.
When you take the silver coins out of the basin, please make me a DC 20 Constitution save.
Oh, fuck me.
Just a popper.
20. Fucking nailed it.
You are the luckiest player, I swear. The coins that you take out, the images in the mural fade, and once again you are left with a blank slab of stone above the basin. When you place in the larger coins, you see more lines, bigger and thicker, come across the mural, begin filling in this kind of field at the bottom of flowers.
All right, perfect. How full is the bowl? Do I need to add
You
more?
have 2 coins in a basin. The number of coins that you picked out of the previous bowl would not fill this one more than maybe a quarter full.
Okay. Well, how many coins did I end up getting last session so I know not to put all of them in?
Please roll me 2d10 plus 4.
2d10? That's 4. 17.
You have 17 large silver coins.
But then you gave
Alright, I'll
one
put
to
in...
Chandler.
Alright, I will put in 5. Which leaves
Okay.
me with...
It begins to fill in again more as the basin fills. More of the mural is etched in. You begin seeing like maybe a line of people. Hard to tell. You get about their legs or so up the mural, kind of standing in a line.
Do you think we have a limited amount of time to fill it in before the archway closes? Do you think we have to fill all 8 basins at once?
All 8 basins to bring up the portal I'm putting together, and then we can get through, I guess.
While Janlar is here, he would take the time to cast Detect Magic.
Okay. After 10 minutes of Detect Magic ritual, you open your eyes and see blazing strong magic attached to the basin and the mural in front of you. It is an intense aura separately around each of them.
We should also be wary about leaving too many things here just in case something else comes by and steals the coins out of the basin.
And so the two at the very end, the very last 2 basins, I looked to Millman or to Sam and I asked if he knows what should be in these basins.
You're muted, my dude.
Um,
Oh, there you go.
I'm not. I'm whispering.
Well, you were talking. Oh, okay, you were whispering.
I have no fucking idea.
Alright, so these
Can
are
I
two
look
that-
at the basins and see what's there?
I just want to make sure these are the 2
All
that
of
we
the
don't-
basins, except for the ones that you have filled, stand before blank murals and are the same copper-ish basin with the same kind of spiralized imprints on them.
Ah, fuck. So we don't even have something to go on.
That's what I thought. I'm gonna crush up one of my pearls and cast Identify on it.
Ooh.
Okay. Which basin are you identifying?
The seventh basin.
The one that's unknown?
Yeah, one of the two that we don't know.
Okay. You crush up your pearl and you touch it and spread your pearl dust on it, invoking the powers of identification. You know that this is a basin of offering, and it is attached to the mural behind it. Placing in the offering will reveal the mural and the doorway out of here, and taking anything from the basin will result in a powerful curse. I guess you want to know what goes in it. Does Identify give you that information? Can you just beat the system?
If it doesn't, then it doesn't.
Probably. You know that this basin requires salt.
Give me 1 second. Let me just pour out all the salt that I live on.
Well, if that works, then I'm gonna crush up my last pearl, and do so on the other one that we don't know, the last one.
Okay. You get the same reading, but on this last one, the requirement is a still beating heart.
Oh man, this is a nightmare. A still beating heart.
I tell them about the salt, and I say the 11th one is gruesome.
You mean the 8th one?
The 8th one, the 11th one. I was reading my session 11 notes, so. Yeah. And if they ask, I guess I'll tell them, but I'll probably keep it.
I look at them and then I sit in the bowl.
Can you stop it? My God! Can you stop touching, licking, grabbing?
That doesn't solve the puzzle. What I'm trying to figure out is what happens when you leave the bowl.
Well, technically, I'm not
Nothing,
being
because nobody takes him. He goes out of his own will, Greg. Nobody takes him. He's going just by himself.
Yeah, you stand in the bowl, expecting your still beating heart to perhaps finish this ritual. Unfortunately, the mural behind you does not fill in, nor does the archway support it.
I see how it is. And I just like stare at the mural like, I'm alive, motherfucker.
I look at everyone else. I'm like, I can confirm that he doesn't light up when I use Eyes of the Grave. I would know if he was undead.
Well, anybody want to offer up a fresh heart? And I like hold out my dagger. I'm like,
I'll pass.
I
No.
don't want to cut out your heart anyway, Rose. You're a sweet Rose.
That's nice. I appreciate it.
Let's go find something alive that we can carve the heart out of, I guess.
Can we do that last? I
I'm
don't feel
not
good about this one. Let's.
I put my hand up. I'm not doing it for evil causes. I just want to get out of here.
Can you conjure an animal we can sacrifice, Rose?
But won't it disappear when I kill it?
No, the answer's no.
I guess we're gonna have to do what I said earlier and just abduct one of the townsfolk from that crystal town. I'm sorry. I feel bad about it.
I don't know if the maggot creatures even had hearts.
Well, if they
We
do,
will. Let's
technically,
worry about that one when we get to it.
like getting a
Do we
heart
have
out
enough
of the
salt to
maggot?
fill this big basin?
I don't know. I live on it, but no.
I don't think we have salt. I think Tom is our cook, isn't he? He's like the chef. He bought spices and things.
He did. He fucking bought pounds of salt.
He did. Tom does have pounds of salt, but Tom
Tom
is not
has
with
salt,
you.
but he's on the other side of the door.
Why did he? I missed that, and I'm kind of disappointed I did.
He just
But
he buys spices and stuff. So.
We have a little bowl or something that like creates its own like unlimited amount of soup, right?
It does create soup. Yeah, like a
But
thin
it's, like,
gruel.
That
really
sounds
bland.
amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's like really bland soup.
Yes.
And so Tom went out and he bought like pounds of spices like salt and saffron and curry and like all of this other stuff to spice the soup up. So he literally like we actually role played through Tom buying
Spices.
a fuck ton of salt, which is exactly what we need for this stupid bowl, and the one person who has it isn't here. Which is super funny.
It looks like we are going to need to go into this city to at least get some of these.
So what we do, here's the game plan, fam. We get a salt trader. We trade him for salt, wine, and this tarry amber liquid that we're looking for. Then we abduct him and cut his heart out and put it into the altar. Then we're done. We get the fuck out of here.
Genlord, do you want to try pouring the plasmid liquid into the bowl and see if it does anything?
Ah, good idea, Gork. And I take out the empty vial and pour some of the plasmid liquid into the... Which one did you say to pour it into?
It'd be the honey one,
The honey one, yeah.
since Greg just told us what it was.
So the fifth one.
But we don't know.
You pour in the liquid from this lake, and nothing happens as you fill this basin up a little bit with your vial.
We're gonna have to find silver plain honeys, bees, I guess, for the honeys.
Greg, do we know it's honey, or do we just know it's a syrupy liquid?
I did know it was honey. I believe he did say to me it was when I.
Okay.
Millman is familiar enough, I think, with honey that he can figure it out. He investigated it some.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I ask, in the book, Gorik, did they ever mention that big crystal city?
No. Dan messaged me earlier about what I know about the Silver Lord from the book that Algernon left, and I'll repeat it to you guys here again. I know the Silver Lord was one of the first children of the gods. His realm was a beautiful realm where trees shone like silver and leaves were as splendid as jade. I kind of gesture around. As his power and influence grew, so did his arrogance and ambition, and he sought equal footing with the gods. This angered them. They cursed him and imprisoned him in Carcerai, the prison plane. He escaped from his prison, at which point the gods sought Dworkin, the father of the dwarves, and had him forge a unbreakable chain which bound the Silver Lord in Carcerai. It doesn't say anything about the Silver Lord's realm, and that it was beautiful, and it doesn't say anything about like what the Silver Lord's desires or domains or other that sort of thing were.
While he's reading that out to me, I'm like, "You telling me these leaves are jade? Somebody hold my sack open."
Phrasing.
So, Gormak,
muted,
as
Dan.
you read through the book again, refreshing yourself and your companions of your memory, you come across an annotation handwritten in the book. Perhaps you didn't pay too much attention to it before, but now seems to be of note. The handwritten annotation is a rhyme that speaks of the Silver Lord. And it says, "My child, approach the Silver Lord's doors and knock 3 times. His kingdom lies behind them, a beauteous place to see. The trees shine of silver, their leaves the finest jade, and in their boughs the nightingale sings songs with the voices of maids. Be warned, my child, in the Silver Lord's realm, more than 3 days do not stay, and neither grain of salt nor honey eat while on your way."
Oh shit!
Yikes!
I'm stuck here. I'm gonna die or become a
You
silver
didn't eat
plain.
honey.
Or salt.
I don't
You're
think
fine.
that you should take the words of
A
rhyme
nursery
so
rhyme?
literally. I think it's more just meant to hold on to those, for it would be important to help get you home.
Okay. Because I kind of want to try the honey.
No.
Please don't eat any honey you find. We need to.
I know.
That's
I
exactly
know.
what we're saying.
But I want to lick it to make sure it's honey first.
I'm pretty sure Millman is attempting to break my record for most characters dead on stream.
I got you back.
Yeah. I'm his only competition right now, so he's...
If
Go hard or go
Yeah.
home, right?
Yeah.
hearing
Alright,
or
let's
thinking
go
about this
looking
with 3 days,
okay.
I think we need to do something.
Alright, do you want to have a nap real quick? Like, I'll take watch. You can
Well-
have a sleep.
If we only have 3 days, maybe we should wait till we need to rest to actually rest.
Okay, I just thought you guys looking a little tuck it out, that's all. You know. Spells wise.
Rose, do you have any ability to locate bees? Can you, like, turn into a bee and then, like, follow a pheromone trail or something?
A bee, huh?
Can
I never
you-
thought about that. Can I?
I believe a bee
Um,
would have a flight speed, and I don't believe you can fly yet.
Ah, shit! That's true.
I can swim though.
They're swimming bees.
What about? Okay.
The aquatic bees of the Far East.
That would be the worst. I would never swim again if there were like aqua bees places. Like
I
the same
think
way
I
you
would
have to
be
worry
okay
about-
with bees. It would be aquatic wasps that would just
Yeah, I
like,
guess that's true.
end
Yeah.
me.
I no. I could ask an animal if they've seen any bees, but
We haven't seen any animals.
Oh, chat is right. You could turn into an ant, because ants use pheromones too.
I don't know if ant pheromones and bee pheromones are quite compatible.
I mean, you just have
Try.
to smell the smell, right? Like, you don't need to know what it is.
When do bears have keen smell? Can you turn into Winnie the Pooh and just have an incense,
Right?
like an ingrained sense of where honey is?
oh my god.
She just leans over, puts a hand into a tree, and pulls out honey and starts eating. We're like, no, 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 no.
no. Well, we would still need salt anyway, so we might try to buy honey as well in the city, right?
We're
Question.
assuming. I feel like we're assuming that the city won't just be full of people who are going to try and corrupt us full of worms. But perhaps.
Of course they will, but maybe one of those carries honey. I don't know.
Or has a
I
heart.
don't believe it'll be as simple as going in and trading with anyone in the city. But
Yeah, it might be. We can try.
I like that idea, but
We
one
may as well
thing
start
first.
heading towards the city.
before we
Is
do
my
that,
brow sweaty?
Is your brow sweaty?
Is it hot here? Like, I've been exerting myself quite a lot,
No.
so...
It is not hot here. The ambient
Damn.
temperature is just very nice. It isn't cool. It isn't warm. It is as moderate as possible, and has seemed
Because
to
I
have
want to
been
just, like,
steady the
sweat
entire
my... Like, get
time.
the sweat off my brow and flick it into the salt bowl.
Well, you tell me if you've exerted yourself enough to sweat.
I just get this idea and start doing push-ups. Like, I'm really exerting myself.
You wipe your brow and you flick some salty sweat into the bowl. Your, like, droplet of sweat forms a pixel-sized line on the mural.
I mean, I could do push-ups for the next day or so and fill the bowl.
I
that's
don't
the
think
best,
you're gonna fill the bowl with sweat.
use of your time.
I mean, I could just do a handstand above it and just keep pumping it till I just...
If Millman can't be here next week, we'll just leave him behind right now, and he can just do push-ups until we come back. So,
I think
Greg, is there a possibility to make it through the like? Can you walk through the forest to the city, or do you have to go across the rainbows?
The city starts some distance up above the trees, as if about the height of the treetops, a little bit below, about the height of that light road.
So we're gonna head out?
Before we do that, I think we should try to fill these other bowls as much as we can to see what else we need.
Ooh. I take out one of the crystals. Oh no, I break off a fresh crystal. I want to keep my crystals from the trees,
Okay.
and I want to put it in the gem bowl.
Great. Yeah, the gem fills a little bit.
Alright, I just pull out my axe and just start wailing on all the crystals so I have enough to fill the bowl.
All right, you begin harvesting crystal from the trees, and you fill the bowl from the gemstones. This takes some time, as the gems that are small enough for you to break easily, or the crystals are small enough for you to break easily, don't fill the bowl very much. You find your time better suited to hacking away at the larger crystals along the trees, eventually filling this basin to the brim. And the image alongside of it shows the Silver Lord taking what appears to be magic or flame or something in his hands. It's ethereal, and putting it inside of these crystals and handing it out to the creatures and people lined up next to him. And once again, the other side of the archway fills about 1/8.
So now we just need to fill up. It's 2 of the 8, right? We still need to fill the silver up.
Correct.
Who has a lot of coins?
I look at the group and I'm like, I look at the bowl. How many do I reckon it'll take to fill the bowl?
Of your normal-sized coins, a buck.
No. The big ones.
You would think you took about a quarter of what was in the bowl originally, so you would need probably 4 times the amount that you took from the bowl.
We need another 40. We need 40 of these big ones, and I pull out one of the big ones.
And you said that those ones were like 5 times the size of a normal coin, so we need like over 200 normal size coins.
Let's go loot and hoot, kids.
Well, can we put in how much we have now, and then?
No, these are mine.
There were coins at the bottom of the pond, right?
Gemstones.
Was it just gems? No coins?
Gemstones and bones.
Okay.
Also, when we're standing there, I'm like, remind me before we leave, I'm going to fill the second sack, and I hold up an empty sack, with these crystals.
I'll take one of the gems from the bottom of the pool and give it to Millman.
You're going to take a gem out of the bowl?
No, from the pool. So I got 4.
Right,
gems.
okay, you give one to Millman.
I'm going to give him one of my gems.
Okay.
For the coins that you'll theoretically be putting into this basin now, please.
I mean, it won't cover it, but sure. I just like empty my thing of silver coins into the bowl.
All right.
I would have. Don't get rid of all of them. I keep at least one.
Well, he's got one on him.
Okay.
So.
All right.
Yeah.
You put 16 of your large silver coins into the bowl. It fills it about a quarter. And you see that indeed in a bed of flowers there's a line of people that is slowly drawn into about their torso.
So we're about.
Don't you dare put that last one in. That's a collector's item.
I'll toss that one to you as well.
I went to the Silver Lord's realm, and all I got was this lousy coin.
Right.
That's what the runes around it actually say. I'm gonna look around at the trees and stuff. So I mean, these trees are like normal trees with like branches and things, right? They just have like.
Normal is a strong word for anything here.
Right.
But yes, they look and act like trees. They're vibrant. Their bark silvery and shiny. These kind of bluish crystals grow in the tree and around the tree and off from the tree. The high above you, the leaves of them are verdant, dark green, like shining like jade, and everything around you has this kind of like ambient light, as if everything here is reflecting some unseen source of light.
I say to Chandler, are these trees magical by any chance?
I don't think they were.
Everything in this plane seems to be of some, at least low level of magic.
Okay. I turn to the tree and I find a branch about the width, I'd say is a broomstick, maybe a bit thicker, and I hack it off and just put it in my, like, sticking out of my bag. I'm totally getting homemade out of this.
Okay, you've spent some time to find a nice branch and hack it off with your axe. It's harder to do than a normal tree, but you eventually get through it and place a branch in your pack.
Do you use a spear too, Millman?
Yeah, I do. Should I get 2? I look at him.
Get a spear haft. Well, while you're looking for your broom handle branch, Gorik is going to be walking around very carefully selecting sticks until I have accumulated, Greg, what I would estimate to be at least 25 gold pieces worth of gem inlaid sticks as the material component for the augury spell.
Ah, very nice. Okay, so what you'll find is on this forest floor, sticks don't just fall off.
Right.
You have
I'll
to
probably
go
have to
about
break them
harvesting them.
Yeah.
Right. And so you do. As Sambar is hacking away at his branch to put in his pack, you go around finding just the right size sticks for your augury and begin harvesting them, trying to make sure that the value of them doesn't reduce. And you begin hacking off and creating a nice pile of them. Probably it takes you some time to do this, to find the right ones of good size that you can harvest.
Yeah, I figure it'll probably take Millman one kind of thing. So we're just kind of like inspecting the forest right now.
Yes.
I
am
inspecting.
hacking away, getting
Yeah.
2 sticks while he's just like looking around. He's like,
Yeah, very carefully picking out my sticks. 'Cause, yeah. I do have a question for you, Greg.
Sure.
The divination materials aren't traditionally consumed by the spell.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to have them. It's a reusable material component. But for identify, the pearl is normally reusable too. Are you doing any gold cost material component is automatically consumed, or is that a special thing?
The
for
gold
Gamma?
cost component, the ones that are outside of the normal componentry, are used.
Okay.
consumed.
So if I want to be able to cast augury more than once, I'll need to collect multiple.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
So I will probably, unless we have places to be, I will probably spend a fair bit of time collecting a number of bundles of
Sure.
sticks.
well,
so that
while I'm getting my branch, I can just cut off all the sticks for you to save time.
I mean, you could do that. Like, you probably do that at some point, and Gorik kind of looks at them and then like looks at you and says, "The sticks must be marked in a very particular way to be useful for the spell. I appreciate your efforts, but I cannot just take any stick and use it in this ritual if I wish it to be."
Here I am, slotting 2 big fucking like
Right,
branches down the back of my thing. Okay.
Yeah. Because augury has to be like specially marked sticks, so Gorik is being very particular about he has to find sticks that have grown naturally in a way that makes them useful for divination.
So, Rose, Janlar, what are you doing while your party members run around picking up sticks for themselves from this magic forest?
Do you want a stick, Rose? I'm very fond of sticks.
She could get a new quarterstaff. She could get a
I mean-
magic stick shillelagh.
Yeah, right? We're getting magic.
I mean, shillelagh is always magical if I use it.
Extra.
So Greg, what I would like to do, I want to touch a tree,
Okay.
and so theoretically I can speak to plants in a way where they basically understand me, but they don't talk back to me or anything. But I just want to get a feeling, I don't know, this sounds weird, but get a feeling for the forest. As in, if I touch one of those trees and try to communicate with them, if it feels similar or the same as it does when I do that in like my forest back at home.
You just
Okay.
hear screeching as I'm
How does
hacking
it
off.
Or if it,
normally
you know,
feel
feels
when you do
different.
this in your forest back at home? What is it like when you commune with the nature?
I think it's not like a proper language. I think it feels more like it's more resonating, right?
Uh-huh.
Maybe it's some form of vibrations even.
Okay. All right. You reach out into your kind of nature magic, your druid and Spriggan bond with all things nature. And you reach your consciousness out. Please make me a nature check as you do this to see how well you do here.
Not
particularly
well,
wonderful. Yeah, with
no.
an 8, you reach your consciousness out and you feel these vibrations from the forest. And what you get from this is a alien feel, different than any other bit of nature that you've ever felt before, but in some way natural. Like, in some way understandable. Like, it's different than anything that you've ever reached out to before, but calming. It's like, this is right? There's something understandable. There's something naturey here. But underneath that vibration, there's something even more alien. Weird, twisted, like rot in the inside of a fruit or an apple that just resonates slowly underneath. And you just get a taste of that, like a bitter taste in your mouth, kind of, as you listen to the feel of the forest.
If your character's face winces, I'm like, don't eat the sap, it's gross.
I think there's something wrong with this place, but I can't tell what it is. Like, it's not... This place is not bad, but something happened to it.
Seems to me that this place is just an attempt at a normal reality. Everything here seems just a bit off, as if it was someone trying to draw, while almost perfect. Everything seems to be just a little bit off. A drawing of a world. I don't know.
And the Silver Lord is probably angry about his imprisonment. The realm may reflect his state as well. And there's no knowing what he did to it after he escaped Carcerai the first time. It may have changed.
It's true, it could have He could have changed. Yeah, it could be almost evil here. I'm not sure.
Alright, so... Gorik and Sambar, you have finished your collection of sticks.
I fucked up this forest.
This little clearing here is now devoid of branches and sticks. Like, there is only trunks within reachable height of Sambar and Gorik.
Because, like, a couple times that Gorik, because he's a dwarf, has to, like, point, be like, Sambar, that one.
Gorik, roll me a d6 for number of bundles of augury sticks you've managed to acquire.
Come on, roll a 6.
+1 or no?
No.
5.
Five bundles of sticks you believe worthy of the augury spell.
I will write that down because it'll be relevant.
Right. So, the rest of you have finished your investigation here next to the shrine, it seems. What is the plan? Where are y'all going?
Let's head out on our break. They can see
I want to
us
go to the city.
starry... what is it? It's the Rainbow Bridge. You just see, as we cut to break, us as a group just, like, strutting up the Rainbow Bridge.
All right. Okay, we are in a good place for a break. So you're headed towards the city? Is this the goal? All right. So the four of you begin your trek up the light bridge into the treetops once again, and are making your way ever towards the city. Not even really needing to look out to see the base of the city in the distance. It seems almost natural for you to make your way there, instinctual even. And as you are making that journey, we will go ahead and take our last break here, and we'll come back in about 5 minutes to finish up and see what happens. See you on the other side.